Hey folks, this is Tim, aka Turbo BB. In this video I'll be covering a review of the TN31 in actual use during camping conditions. So currently I actually have a LED Lenser H7 on my head in full spot mode and on the lowest mode. As anyone who's ever been camping before knows that headlamps are completely indispensable, but again I wanted to give actual real world usage, or at least simulated, of how it would feel like to use a flashlight versus a headlamp. Now, as we know, obviously, these lights that I will be covering are all capable of pretty high lumens for actual camping conditions, right? Most probably overkill. But so that's why I wanted to focus on what it would feel like to use the lower modes or the lower settings and put it to actual use. So without further ado, let me get my headlamp shut off. Make sure that the TN31 is on lowest setting. Flip it on. And okay, so as you can see, this is an extremely tight beam, right? Nothing at all like the wide floody profile of the headlamp, but again, let's just say that this is the only light you have and you needed to look around for something. Now there is one thing, given the extreme low light conditions involved, I am at ISO 6400, so these films will be very grainy despite being recorded in HD. Also, there actually is a spill that is visible to my dark adapted eyes that's not showing up in this video. So, but anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get out into the real world. Coming out of my tent, going to walk on this trail here. Pass the path. Now, just to give you an idea of what this path looks like, going to bump this up a little bit. Okay, there's a very little narrow passageway that goes through there, and then I'll step up into a clearing over there. Now I'm going to kick this down a little bit, just enough to navigate without disturbing the other campers around here. Now obviously this is not going to be a professional grade video, right? I'm not a professional videographer. It's just me with my Panasonic FZ150 putting these lights to real world use. Okay, so currently we're at this clearing where I actually took the beam shots earlier. Unfortunately it was misting heavily at the time, but hopefully you could see that this tree is roughly 40 feet away from where I took the shots. Those trees in the background is roughly about 80 to 90 feet, and that tip right there is roughly about 100 feet away. So with that said, I'm actually going to go ahead and bump it up to full output now, level 6. This is probably a little bit brighter than what I am actually seeing, meaning on the LCD screen. So in real life, it's probably just slightly duller than this, but again, this should give you a good idea of the actual use. Okay, so now I'm going to bump it down the notch and continue to navigate to a level where I feel comfortable. I'm assuming this level 2, level 3, level 2, level 3. So probably still a little bright for dark adapted eyes, so I'm going to bump it back down to level 2. But see, so with a very tight beam profile like this, right, even level 2 is sufficient, at least in the hotspot, but the spill could probably be a little bit brighter, right? Thus, that's why I think level 3 would have actually been preferable, but the only problem is that then that hotspot becomes really, really intense, and that does affect your dark adaptive vision. So with that said, I'll just keep it at level 2. I'm going to continue to navigate the path around. Being mindful of this step here. Okay. Come up to this clearing here and try to make my way back to the campgrounds without tripping over anything. Okay. Alright, so with that said, get back inside the tent. Okay, and that covers the TN31.